How much time do people think we have left? That's the question. I had, when you be online, you're looking at different websites, different blogs. One of the most interesting things that you can look at in these comment sections is people's mindset of what they believe and how much time they think we got left. Friends, family, co-workers, those that are just surface reading. A lot of people think we got 20, 30, or another 100 years left. Oh, that's not going to happen in our lifetime. Sad to say, folks, but it's happening now. How much time you think we got left? Before I get to Joel, chapter 3, because this is the one I believe. Zephaniah, Zechariah also have some telling scriptures in it as well. Okay, 19 and 11. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to put this on all three platforms. Now, I'm going to do it a more easier way. Okay, so let's do this. And let me see if I can pull up. Okay, now 19 plus 11 is 30. Revelation 19 and 11. We know about the Bible codes. The numbers are there. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And he came to judge and make war. What does the number 11 mean? Chaos, disorder, and judgment, which can all come out of war. But then you see the word judge there. What's the number 16 is the number of love. John, what? 3 and 16. What is in that verse? For the love of God sent his only son. 17 is the number of victory. 22, 2 is the number of completion. So, in 19 and 11, Christ makes his return. Go 3 more up to the number 14, which is salvation. And what do I always say? Boot camp. We're in the army. You're in the army of the Lord. That's us, the bride, the church. All 7 churches. Okay? How much time do you think we have left? There's no reward with him when he returns, folks, in Revelation 19. Well, unless you consider a beatdown a reward for your sinful actions. But the reward comes when we meet him in the air. Revelation chapter 4, verse 5, Revelation 5, verse 6. The 7 spirits of Yah, the 7 churches, are before the throne, before any seals are open. In 2030, it will be 2,000 years from 30 AD. I don't think people understand the totality of that statement. In 2,000 years, we'll be at 2030. Whether we all know that the calendars are off. We all know that everything we're using is off, pagan. But do you understand that? Whether you want to say, because we know that this is not 2024. We know this is not God's time, the calendar that we're on. There's been a dual timeline running. I'm trying to get my finger. At the same time. Okay. So, one day before the throne is as 1,000 years on earth. At Pentecost started the countdown, in my opinion. Was at Pentecost. When Christ went to go back to the throne. And what did he tell them? If I go away, I'm going away to prepare a place. When it is finished, I will come back and receive you. Revelation 19:11, he is not coming back to receive. He's already received. That which he has already received is following in Revelation 14. But because of doctrine, people think they have to be purified in order to make it to heaven. So why are you believing in Christ then if you think you got to go through tribulation to make it? When Christ said, I came to save that the world might be saved through me. That through that saving, you would not have to face tribulation. Some weirdo Christians think, oh, we got to get our heads chopped off. We have to be shot and killed. We have to be mortified. We have to be stoned, tarred, and feathered in order for us to be worthy of God. That's the dumbest thing ever. It's the dumbest thing ever for somebody to even think and to say, because you're spitting in the face of Christ. That is the whole reason why he came, to die on the cross, to be buried, and to be resurrected on the third day, risen with all power, so that us would not have to go through that. We are not appointed to wrath, but to obtain salvation, folks. How much time do you think we got left? How much time do you think we got left? Joel chapter 3. Let's go to Joel chapter 3. How much time do you think we got left? Tick tock. Tick tock. For behold, in those days, Joel was a minor prophet, 12 minor prophets. For behold, in those days, speaking of a future time, and in that time, speaking of a future time, which I believe is now, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. They have been captive ever since the two-state nation, and Ishmael was allowed to walk and live beside them. They have been under captivity for a long time. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Verse number 2. And will plead with them. Therefore my people, who? Israel. Even though they're not always right, God chose them first. Okay? For the heritage of Israel, whom they have scattered among nations and parted my land. That's true. They've been in captivity in Judah and Jerusalem by Ishmael and politics for a very long time. Think about it. What did he say? Do not part my land. And they did it anyway. And they have cast lots for my people. That means we're willing to pay. And have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine. It's some of the things that they've done. That they might drink, which they've done already. And been doing. People talk about Hitler. The Jews have killed themselves and destroyed themselves way more than what Hitler did to them, because Paul was a killer of Christians, and so was the Jews and the Sadducees and the scribes. They were killing thousands of them and jailing them because they were zealous for the law. Now, here we have Palestine in the Old Testament in Joel, and what's being taught? Free, free, free Palestine, free, free, free Palestine. That's what we see right now, right? Yes, verse 4, or yea. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? What do you have to do with me? Y'all don't like me. Y'all don't like my son. Y'all claiming another God and a whole nother doctrine. Will you render me a recompense? If you recompense me swiftly and speedily, I will return your recompense upon your head. You understand that? It's about to go down. Iran, Ishmael. They are making moves. It's on the military wire. People are talking. Assets are being moved around. Ladies and gentlemen, This money ain't being moved around for no reason, and you think ain't nothing gonna pop off. We talking about billions of dollars in military surplus, weaponry, and men and women, soldiers being moved and allocated to places ready, set, match, knight, king, checkers, chess. Okay, ain't none of this stuff being moved around and say, oh, you know what, we're gonna go back home and watch Young and the Restless. We're gonna go back home and watch Charlie Brown and Sanford and Son. No, folks, this is Joel chapter 3. Somebody got to die. Missiles got to get blowed up. We didn't move all of this stuff everywhere. Putin is evacuating 180,000 people right now because he knows what he's getting ready to do to Ukraine. After they then attacked one of his nuclear silos, nuclear plants, where it's on fire right now. Verse 5, because you have taken silver and my gold, and have carried it into your temples, Rome, my goodly pleasant things. A lot of churches over there in Europe have stolen a lot of stuff. There's tunnels underneath the Vatican worth billions of dollars of gold, jewelry, things that have been taken down through the centuries. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem ye have also sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. That's what they want to do to Israel. They want to wipe Israel out. Free, free, free Palestine. That's what they want to do. And bring in their people. Gentrification. They did it right here in Detroit and other major cities. We're going to move these people out. We're going to move these people in and build it up and make money around it. They do it everywhere. Especially here in Detroit. There's some of everybody downtown Detroit. It used to look like me downtown. I'm not on the race thing. I'm just telling you. This is what they did in the Bible, they doing today. They moved all of us out, especially the owners, the business owners. I'm just being real with y'all. What God says is happening now in a lot of different cities, a lot of different places all over the world. We move you out. This is what the new Detroit looks like. Doesn't look thuggish. Doesn't look criminal. We put faces in there that the world might be comfortable with so they can come here. We moved all of y'all out. Behold, I will raise them up out of the place where you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your head. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Verse 9, the number of finality. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, comma. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. What is happening right now? All over. People are preparing for civil war and military war right now. And God is pleading with them, but all they want to do is free, free, free Palestine. That's all they want to holler. And God says, I'm pleading with you with my people, but there's a recompense coming if you don't. What did he say in verse 9? Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Who is being woken up right now? Assets being moved all around the country, all around countries and worlds and seas. Okay, the earthquakes is a whole nother thing. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Verse 10. Beat your plowshares. So in this time, your weapons into swords. He says get locked and loaded because it's about to pop off. And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. What you think? NATO. These are heathen nations. Russia, even though Vladimir claims he is saved. He claims that Jesus was black. He got the information. Heathen nations. Anything outside of Jerusalem, according to the Most High, is heathen. Because they're not the chosen. Because God said, I will make your name above every name and your people above all people over the earth. That's what he was talking to Israel. Everybody else under that, heathen. Gather yourselves together round about, thither or there, because thy mighty ones come down. He's causing the mighty one. God is causing, wait a minute. God is causing the mighty ones to come down. God was in control of Pharaoh. Hardened his heart. God is in control. But his word will not come back void. His time is now. Ecclesiastes 3:15. Let the heathen be awakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. You know where Jehoshaphat is? That's right outside of Jerusalem. If you do your study on it. For there will I sit to judge all heathen round about. Verse 11. War hasn't started yet. God says, get ready to go to war. Now, he says, put ye in the sickle. Now, you know that sickle is a harvest sickle. It can be used to cut down, separate a sickle. Crescent. Knife. Or whacker. For the harvest is ripe. Notice what I just read to you. God said, prepare for war. But why does he say in 13? He says, prepare ye the sickle. For the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. Get you down. Come down, for the press is time. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. The harvest is right because the wickedness is great. It's time. Both are. But God said the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So if he says that, how many of the righteous will be saved? Because he says the righteous will scarcely be saved, which means there's going to be a small amount versus the people that is left, because people have not gotten up and won souls and made disciples. Multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Why is that called the valley of decision? You got the leaders of Palestine just jumped off the plane, and they're over there talking to Putin right now. A lot of these dignitaries and deviants are having meetings, and they're reporting on it, and they're shaking hands. Korea meeting with Russia, and China meeting, making decisions and distributing munitions to one another. The sun and the moon shall be darkened. Eclipse. You know, there's another one coming in October. Somewhere around in there is going to be another eclipse. Okay, and then in 2030 there is another solar eclipse that goes right over the Holy Land. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. That means pitch black. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this again, because I've done this video a lot of times on this particular chapter. I got to the meat part. God says he's gathering people for war. But 13, now 13 is the number of rebellion, but it could be also the number 4. The harvest is ripe. The fullness of the Gentile has come in. The message of salvation has gone out and wrapped around the world how many times over with the use of the internet, videos, blogs, ministries. So we cannot say, well, the word has to go all over the world. It's been done that. Probably 100-fold already. That's not the problem. The problem is people are not listening. Look at 13. Now, 13, for their wickedness is great. Can we say that's happening right now? Look at all these leaders, especially in Europe, in the Middle East. Wickedness is great. But at the same time, the harvest is ripe as well. We're going into a fall harvest now. A fall harvest. Okay, folks, so when you seen in the scripture, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars will not give their light. So we have a lunar eclipse, a partial, September 17th through the 18th. Genesis 1 and what did God say in 14? We are to use the sun and the moon for signs, to know the signs and the times and the seasons. October 2nd, solar eclipse, annual, that's hard for me to say, on October 2nd. October 17th, lunar eclipse, almost, okay? So, and I said in 2030, there would be another eclipse that goes completely over the Holy Land, okay? And I think it's this one here. But I believe this is going to be, I mean, anybody, you guys can look this up for yourself and see this eclipse, okay, that's coming, and they show the path of them too, okay? So, June 1, 2030, do y'all understand that that's where it's going to be in June, okay? So let's go back to the one in, let's see, what is this, a lunar partial? And let's go December. What does December look like for 2030? That's not showing me. I actually showed that on video where it went right over. But anyway, these are the times of refreshing, man, that we're in. Time is running short. Time is running short, okay? And if we don't get it right, man, a lot of people are going to be hollering and screaming when they've realized that they were wrong. How much time do we have left, folks? We don't have a lot of time left, man. 2030, 19 and 11. And if you look at what they have planned for 2030, okay? Just go in here and type in 2030. Let's show the images of what the world thinks. They think it's going to be a whole new, they think human beings are going to be immortal due to the transhumanism and technocracy. You see that? The devil has a plan, but it's a lie. All you have to do is just go in and type in every year and see what the world has planned based on what they think. Okay? They think also in 2030 is going to be a new millennium. But Satan done lied to them. Okay? Satan done lied to them. So, not much time is left, folks. Not much. And I pray people get it right. Sorry for the long video. Deuces.